Hello folks, today is another test shave, but of one of my own razors. This is a river razor custom. It's a 6/8 full hollow, has some cool spine work as you can see. And this razor has a pretty wide bevel angle, 19-degree bevel angle, and that has bothered me a little bit in the past, especially because this is a razor I want to use all the time. I mean, it's a very, very well made and very cool looking razor. But it hasn't been the most comfortable to shave with. And I after yesterday's experience with Thiers Issard, um, I kind of think maybe there's a technique issue on my part. So I honed this razor on my Jnat. Here's what the edge looks like. And that's, by the way, the worst part of the edge. That's right here at the center on the show side. So it's right there. That's the worst part of the edge. The rest of the edge looks better. So the Kurisu did a terrific job. It's extremely keen. And so I'm going to use the same technique that I used yesterday, and I'll talk about that as I go along. Soap of the day is Noble Otter Firefighter, and I'll talk about that as we move along. I have a lot of Noble Otter soaps. I like them a lot. And I'm kind of sad with some of the soaps that he's letting go, but Cody's letting go, but you know, I'm really looking forward to what he produces that's new. And since I don't finish, I rarely ever finish a tub of soap, it really isn't going to matter. I'm sure I'll have these for a long time. Okay. I've already loaded the brush, and I'll show that to you when I'm done. Terrific soap base, very, very easy to lather. I just loaded from the tub as usual. Terrific, terrific scent on this soap. Subtle, but it's really, really good. So Firefighter is an aquatic. So it's not a smoke and ash scent. It's an aquatic scent, and I think that's to give the impression of the fire hoses streaming huge, creating huge bursts of streaming water into a burning fire. So I think that's what the aquatic side of it is about. There's a citrus note to this, which is grapefruit. And then there's a woody, like a sandalwood base to it, which is the whole scent, as usual, is well balanced. And yeah, well balanced. A little on the mild to medium side, but that's okay. You can still pick out, it's subtle, but you can still pick out everything. So what I'm doing, as I did yesterday, is landing very softly and letting the apex at a very low angle cut hair. And so far, it's very, very keen. The apex is very keen. And so far, this technique is working with this razor as well. I'm changing the angle based on feel, trying to get a sense of the lowest angle that I can use that cuts well. So this is not brainless. This requires some concentration. But as with yesterday, I became, after I first started with this razor, you know, on this cheek, it became more comfortable right away, or more intuitive to use this technique with this razor right away. And that's what it was yesterday. It was a little awkward at first. And then it feels natural. Now obviously it's going to take a little longer, but that's okay. There's nothing you'd rather do than watch me shave, right? Now I can tell when I get off this very low angle, I can feel the slight harshness of the edge. Yeah, that's a very good first pass. That's what I would love to have from this razor. Close and comfortable. This may be maybe for me, this is the technique that opens up a bunch of razors. I mean, maybe this is how I should have been shaving all along. Maybe I've just finally learned how to use a straight razor. Put some moisture in here. Just dipping. I have a glass of water. Just dipping the tips. Oh, that's just so nice. The Firefighter fragrance, a slight grapefruit note, which is the top citrus note. I'm really getting that, and the overall fragrance is filling the bathroom here. As I said, I think the reason for this fragrance being aquatic has to do with you know, fire hoses spurting huge streams of water. But with aquatics, I have two types in my collection. One is sort of the beach side aquatic, which is typically sort of more of a salt air near the ocean, salt air near the Mediterranean, that kind of thing. And then the other type is like this one, where it's the smell of like a thin freshwater mist in the air. When you have one of those two images in your mind, it really helps to smell or to get the aquatic part of an aquatic scent. And because that can be, for me, that was quite mysterious until I kind of figured it out. This is going well. Now with this technique, the soft landing and so on, you definitely want to stretching. I mentioned this yesterday. You want your stretching to be on form. And for me, the key is this soft landing and slight, just getting the feel. It's actually not that hard at this point. But just getting the feel of where this apex is and where it cuts best, and only that. So the advantage of the small strokes is that I'm not moving any skin. I'm micro adjusting the blade so that I'm only letting this very, very keen apex, which has that Jnat comfort, cut hair. No reason you can't shave like this with you know, any razor. And I probably will start doing more of this. But for getting comfort out of a wide bevel, I'm 2 for 2 and maybe 3 for 3 with this, because I had a Wade & Butcher that was pretty wide about a month back, where I inadvertently used this technique. But the last 2 days, I've been very deliberate about it. This is a close shave. So I hope somebody else gives this a try and lets me know how it works for them. Wow, that's close. Close, super comfortable. By far the best shave I've had with this razor ever. That's really, really, really good. Let's see what a little cleanup feels like. I don't really need it. But as I mentioned yesterday, I tend to clean up with a higher angle. Yeah, this is great. That was very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. Let's put on some Thayers cucumber. I love the fact that I can blame myself for not having the technique to handle these razors with wider bevels. That's fantastic. I'm really thrilled. All right, I'm going to clean up. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. The brush I used was a Mother Lode knot in a Elite razor handle. This is the Mother Lode knot is pretty pretty unusual. It's the softest synthetic knot I've ever experienced. I love these. I have another one sitting in a drawer waiting for a handle to use. I'm going to finish up with the Firefighter Aftershave from Noble Otter. This is even better nuance of the fragrance, and as I said yesterday, I think the Noble Otter Splash formula is just excellent. Not harsh. What a great shave from that razor. As I said before, this is a whole new experience for me with that razor. That's really close. All right, with the Splash, I definitely get more of the wood, more of the sandalwood and maybe ambergris. I can't remember. Oh, I need to put up the notes. Here are the notes before I go. All right, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.